All right, Tier 2. I'm done with the first tier racing dollar upgrades, so let's do the upgrade round 2 right away, since that the third tier racing dollar upgrade is going to take some time to get done. So of course second tier is going to be all gold. That's the expensive one. So we'll get the second and third tier done. So we have some ways to go. So this will be the second and final round of upgrades for this event. So 1 day wait time on those racing dollar upgrades. Otherwise, of course, these gold upgrades total is gonna be what, 495 was it? So yes, it's gonna drain me out, man. So 65 for body. So I'm gonna have to run some series that I have yet to touch, which I have plenty of what do you call it, exclusive series that I have yet to go through, even though cars are, many of them are already fully upgraded. You know, over the course of several years of playing this game, you do come across enough upgrade discount deals that you know, many cars do get the full upgrade treatment eventually. So I'll have to actually run through some of those events and win back some of the gold that I've spent to upgrade them. But anyway, so these upgrades will take about a day to complete now. So let's make use of the time that we have here to make some progress through the event to win this car. Get a Hunter at Hockenheim Grand Prix, and the target distance is in negative number, which means the bots are trained well, or it's where we're starting out slower. Unlike the last limited time series, I feel like the bots are pretty strong, or they gave me the impression perhaps they are not as easily trainable, but at the end of the day they were, so not a huge deal. So hopefully we can win without breaking a sweat here with these limited time series. So anyway, these cars do look very similar to LMP1s, right? The prototypes. Obviously both of them are prototype cars, but performance wise, I'm not so sure. I know I cannot expect the LMP1 kind of performance out of these cars, perhaps. PR is very similar, but yeah, don't know. $153 meters is seems like the target. So check out how our Prix Sylvia is doing. And of course, with the 14 upgrades going right now on this car for me, and in green, should be pretty easy. There we go. Finishing with the 90 meters behind Sylvia. And let's see. Considering these cars are relatively high level cars, if you can race at least a few races in this event, in this series, the payout should be pretty good. Certainly better than what you would normally get if you're a fairly early level driver, because in your like amateur or pro-am or pro section of your career, the amount of fame points and the rewards you get is gonna be pretty low, especially in comparison to event like this one where the featured car is pretty you know, pretty high up. So yeah, this might be actually a good way to level up using these higher level car limited time series, even if you don't, you know, invest a whole lot into it and don't win. You know, yeah, don't necessarily have to own every car in the game, you know. Just drive these cars while they're available for like these pocket of time, right? Like 9 days here, 7 days there. And just enjoy the game that way, right? Then you wouldn't be always under the pressure to constantly have to go farm for more gold or spend more money, anything like that. And just, you know, maybe be pickier about the cars that you care to win. You know, otherwise, just enjoy the ride. You know, they have, I feel like, steady supply of cars constantly coming through that I'm kind of wondering. Obviously, I have a lot of cars in my garage, but many of them, especially after I win them, they rarely see the light of day. You know, so you have to. I'm beginning to wonder, like, the benefit of owning cars in the game seems to diminish just because we have so many events that just, you know, keeps on coming. Obviously, if you don't win the car, or if you don't go for winning cars, you don't have to spend your resources, right? So yeah, this slightly different take on the game, since these upgrades, or every update, the more recent updates I should say, that I have kind of kept track of how much it costs to win or get all the new cars. It's I feel like it's becoming rather unrealistic for any, you know, newer racers to really go anywhere if you're just, you know, gunning for the new things, right? So maybe that's another take. Yeah, that's something to consider, isn't it? Like, you know, just race those 5 races, or if you get, of course, if you can afford the racing dollar upgrades, even when you're fairly early on in your career, then you can push this car into tier 4. So let's see, that's at least 11 races that you can run over and over and over, since, you know, even when you go past the tier 4, it's more or less the same thing, isn't it? A little bit more variety. So essentially what you're paying for to win the car is more variety of races using this particular cars. That seems to be the benefit, if you really think about it, right? And I don't know if it's worth nearly as much as the price tag they put on these cars. Obviously, if you can afford it, you know, it's a non-issue. But I'm talking more from the point of somebody who doesn't have a whole lot of time to play, number one, and somebody who may not be, you know, focused on or find it interesting way to play the game of farming. You know, because that can be kind of grueling and can get kind of old very quick. So if you're more of a casual racer, maybe that is, you know, an alternative look at how to play these games. Because I know a lot of the players, the racers that I know that have been playing at least as long as I have, you know, most of them have a full garage. You know, they've won just about every car, and if you've been playing for a while, then it wasn't perhaps as unrealistic back in the day. You know, through a variety of team events and just, you know, getting better over time, you can win more, you get better ranks in weekly time trial, and so on and so forth, and just having more trophies won throughout your career. You have a certain benefit of, you know, having larger garage. So for the ones that's been playing for longer, yes, full garage is something that we always kind of went after. But I'm just kind of thinking out loud here in terms of if I were to start over today, would I play the game the same way? I don't think I will. I don't think I will be going for like full garage or anything close to that. Instead, as I was saying, I think I'll just race the cars that are available for a limited time, essentially. And once I'm, you know, once those series close, then you move on to the next car. And in between, if you wanna, I guess, race more, you pick up where you left off in your career. You know what I mean? Then you would naturally level up, and you would not be spending your resources, which means you'll start to bank up your resources, such as gold. Then yeah, before you know it, you will start to be able to afford cars that you actually care to win. You see how it works out. You know what I mean? Anyway, the car is fully in red now, but with the 14 upgrades now done, I'm hoping this extra upgrades will push me deeper into the series before needing to service the car. So alright, let's keep on moving forward. See you in Tier 3.